Refugees from all over the world, many from parts of Asia and Africa, are increasingly seeking refuge here in Korea. The issue has received more interest from the public over the years, as reflected in the country's Refugee Act, which will go into effect starting today, July 1st. Our Ji-yeon has more.
Jim is a 49-year-old Liberian applying for refugee status in Korea. His father was killed and he fled the country with his wife, away from the government and rebel forces, a looming threat to Jim's family if they return to Liberia. He has asked to be referred to as Jim instead of his real name due to possible legal repercussions that may affect his application process. Residing in Korea for 9 years now, he says a long journey still waits ahead.
It is not easy. It is not easy. One, because of the language aspect of it, because it's very hard for you to communicate to somebody, to understand you to the fullest. No. And secondly, seeking asylum, they say you are not entitled to do anything to make a living.
Like Jim, the number of people applying for refugee status in Korea has reached over 5,000 up until May 2013, but only around 6% of that number has been accepted. Han Shuttle, an expert on the issue, has attributed the country's low acceptance rate to the morbid application process. In some cases, Shuttle said the applicants were asked to sign summaries of their interviews without a proper translation of what was written.
There have been other cases where refugee applicants have basically been accused rather rudely in interviews of lying about their circumstances. Or refugee applicants later, after an interview, getting denied refugee status because some little detail about his or her past wasn't documented in writing.
To effectively tackle some of these problems, Korea has unveiled the Refugee Act, which goes into effect on Monday, aiming to make it easier for displaced people to obtain the right to stay in Korea. Legal officials in the country say the move is also expected to boost Korea's status in the international community.
The Refugee Act will be in effect starting July 1st, the first of its kind among Asian countries.
The Refugee Act includes a comprehensive support system in terms of education and employment to help the displaced start a new life. Whether these changes will greatly improve the conditions of refugees is yet to be seen, but the move is viewed as a positive step in the right direction. Ji-yeon, Arirang News.